contracting agency and
safety officers. SPL and contract agency.
So it is a matter of concern that all leading contracting agencies of India are engaged here, and they have also got adequate safety officers with them. Still accidents are happening off and on, which is not desirable. Now, without blaming anybody for this, let us work together so that we can at least achieve a very low target of 0. 0 target is very easy, or not? In production, you are given, you have to do this, so high and higher targets. And each and everything is to be discussed from its definition. What does it really mean? We all are concerned for safety, but we have to understand that what exactly it means. So we have to define it, go by the spirit of the word. Then definitely.
Such type of occurrence.
So
it is a prevention from any type of
adverse
Means hazardous conditions or any unsafe conditions.
How long kiye koile? Next. We are every day practicing it, but we are unable to give a very safe definition to safety. The reason is possibly we have not fought in that line. So very good thing. Many people told SR team that SR project, that's the right thing. The safety is nothing but the control of hazards. So one thing is we have to identify what are the hazards available in the plant. Then we have to find the control mechanisms for that. Just like that.
Next.
Health safety and safety can flourish. So that attitude is very important for one and all. Now this attitude is coming, what we observe is, while one in the contractor is working in a particular site, there is safety. Know that any unsafe condition we are creating can create problem to the other workers of the other contractor. Many times this is happening. That mismatch is lacking. So that is the thing. For that you have to maintain a protocol also. So what is that protocol? We find that there is some accident is taking place, killing workers of the other contractor. So to avoid all the things, when there is a more than one contractors are engaged in a particular work site, we have to devise our principle and policy. That what exactly we have to do, what are the conditions we have to avoid, and who are the responsible coordinators between the contracting agency with regard to safety. A person, any working condition, contractor should not leave the site keeping the conditions or equipment in unsafe manner. That is what is required to be done. Now suppose a person is working at 20 feet height and suppose he fell down, ऊपर से नीचे गिर गया, क्या होगा? कौन होगा? जोर
से खाना नहीं खाया ना क्या? जोर से क्यों? क्या होगा? आदमी गिरेगा तो
मर सकता है, और क्या हो सकता है? सीरियस होगा, और कुछ इंजुरी भी नहीं हो सकता है। मैं यू टेल मी, अगर फर्टिलिटी होगा तो क्या एक्शन लेगा मैनेजमेंट और आपका कंट्रैक्टिंग एजेंसी? योर फोर्स ऑफ एक्शन फॉर ऑल 3 केसेस आर सेम और डिफरेंट? और सीरियस होने से क्या डिफरेंट, क्या आप बताइए? I hope I am asking very simple questions.
When it is a fatality,
which
क्या होगा, आप लोग क्या एक्शन करेंगे? If it is a serious injury, what action you will take? If it's a minor injury, then what you will do?
the cause is same. The cause is fall from height, consequence is different, but we take different attitude or different rules or different course of action for the same cause but for different consequence. There we are making a mistake. We have to understand that cause of the incident is fall from height, and so action plan should be same for all. But even most of the cases where there is no injury are never reported. It is only the serious and fatal accidents that are reported to even management or even to the contracting agencies or to government. If we are correct, then as per Henry's, there should be one fatality in 300 incidences. Now, depending on the fatality, you must get also 300 times more incidents, but that type of reporting is not coming. So, I appeal to all the contracting agencies, don't overlook the cause of any accident, because if you go to the wider definition of accident, it says even if nothing has caused injury to you, still it is an accident. Example, something fell from height and it fell just in front of you and you luckily escaped, is also an accident under the broad definition, because that has got a potential to cause accident if it would have been fall on your head. So that thing should also be considered. If you don't consider that case, you cannot make any improvement. Am I correct?
Yes.
So what is required? I in this August gathering appeal to all the contracting agencies, they please don't try to neglect these situations, because this is a situation where truth will come out. And please be sure that when there is already an accident and if you try to inquire, truth will not come out. The reason is the person will feel this, if I tell the truth, possibly some action is going to be taken against me. But in a case where there is no injury, people will tell 100% जो है वही बताएंगे. That will be better to devise a better action plan. That's why I have written that severity of an injury is largely fortuitous. If we say it is fortunate. So injury कितना होगा, कितना severity होगा, it depends on your fortune. But occurrence of an incident that results in injury is largely preventable. Any occurrence, whatever is there, that we can prevent. Okay. Next. What is the need for safety? Why we are interested for safety? Number one, if we come from the three, there is a legal obligation. Now suppose there will be any accident, then it has to be reported to the local police, to the inspector of factories, if it is electrical, to the electrical inspector, if it is coming under mines or coming under petroleum, to all the agencies you have to give, they will come and inquire. That is one part. Second part is economic consideration. Once there is an accident, you have to pay compensation, you have to see all the medical expenses, you have to give the rehabilitation system, your plant will be shut down for some time, work will be stopped, then all your inspection, investigations, everything will lead to economical value. So that is also another problem. And the best one is humanitarian ground. Can anybody want that his co-worker dies? Working with us for years together must come safely to home. So that is one of the points that we should aim at. So these are the reasons for which we want that work must be done safely. Okay, na? Next. Little technically point गुड़ा को बात करते हैं. Anyone? What is hazard?
Has a potential to
Injury by any damage to the machinery, that is called hazard. So if we know that hazard has a potential to cause harm, so our job is to identify the hazards and to eliminate the hazards. So we must find out some hazards, and we will also try to eliminate that. Let us not restrict ourselves to only our work field, even elsewhere also. No man's land. Suppose a mechanical engineer has entered inside your factory and he found some electrical maintenance work is going on at height, and he found that the workers engaged at height are not putting on their safety appliances, or there is some unsafe conditions
Naked wire.
which has, because he will think it is not my job, it is a job of electrical engineer. Am I correct? ऐसा होता है. You are happy.
और उस कॉन्ट्रैक्टर का है, another part of the
Another contractor का है. So at that time you have to think that the life of that person is not, or the work is not that important than the life of a person. वो simple चीज. My work for which now I am going away, overlooking this unsafe condition or work, is not that important than the life of that person. That consideration अगर आएगा, then you will definitely stop and ask the worker to stop the work, and you will communicate that contractor. Yes, this is the work going on. That is called belongingness. वो individually among the contractors वो होना चाहिए, which is grossly missing in this organization because of your not cohesive nature.
At a place, at one place, two contractors are working simultaneously, because mechanical works for equipment, electrical works for electrical wiring, cabling and all. And two are different contractors. Just see that condition. And both, it is either way. Mechanical can give the injury to electrical, electrical can give to mechanical also. So if we both together, we create safe conditions, then it will be good for everyone.
So there should be some steps taken to increase that habit of identifying the unsafe action condition, not to find fault. You have to again correlate. The feeling should not go that somebody is finding fault with us. No. So with that, if such a feeling will come among the contractors, it will develop a good work culture. Okay. For that, there should be a coordination meeting between the contracting agencies working under one site. That is to be must. At least once in a week or every day, you should have a coordination meeting among yourself, so that this is this, then things will improve. Because we find, because of the mistake of somebody, other people are putting into problem, because they are quite not aware. Because whatever hazards are associated with a contractor, other people cannot know. So it is the responsibility of one contractor to communicate that this is the hazard of the other contracting agencies. Then only you can have a safe system. Next. What is danger? Many times we say that is hazard, this is danger. What is the difference? System is in danger now.
You can say danger is a sort of thing which can harm to anybody, anything at any time.
Hazard?
Hazard is the condition or physical situation which can harm to people.
What is the difference?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between hazard and danger?
In front of you.
Yes, sir.
Danger is existing in front of you. And hazard will happen, it will cause. Come out from that point.
Okay. सामने जो बोला, danger means you anticipate that there is a risk and you identify, yes, this is a danger zone. Suppose in a grid for 40 volt this system is there, you write this is danger. That is not hazard, because that is already identified, and if you go there, definitely there will be problem. So certain things, these are required to be demarcated. Hazard, there are different degrees of hazard, and which is already identified, and we find out that yes, there is risk, identified these things, now it is a source of danger. Next, exposure to hazards gala. Then next, chalo. What is risk? Why I am telling you? Because these things will come later stage. What is risk?
Probability, severity and accessibility of hazard.
You see, risk is nothing but magnitude into frequency. Why I am telling you? Now magnitude and frequency. Suppose it is a fatal accident, the magnitude is fatality. It is serious. Magnitude is serious in nature. Then suppose minor, happening once in a year. But serious accident is happening once in every month. So risk in this case, once in month serious is more than fatality once in a year. That is how it is measured. So risk only allows you or asks the contracting firm or management to attend to that problem quickly. So if the risk is more, then you will attend the problem quickly than the other. That is the how it is quantified. Why I am telling you? Because you are all root level people. You have to identify what is hazard, you have to identify the danger, you have to identify the risk, and everything can only be formulated if you make everything documented. Everything you have to find it out. Then only you can devise this. Suppose I ask you that what site is having more risk. Then how can you know? Or what is the risk of this factory? Or what is the risk of your workstation? Then how can you answer? The answer will be very simple if you can maintain all the records. And what is happening also in contracting agencies, every off and on, now there is a change of person. People are changing. So if you don't keep documents with you, then it will be very difficult for a new person to come again resume. So that's why these things are required. Okay, next. Now there is a domino theory.
Next.
This domino theory starts with injury. Now there is another point is also sixth point. Even no injury but incident. Bujhela? What do you mean by no injury incident? Ye kohibe? Just I told, suppose something fell from height, but it did not hit on your head. This is an incident, but no injury is caused. That is also to be identified. Now many industries, they are also keeping records of near miss cases. That is, yes, near miss is important. Now suppose there is an injury. Our job is to prevent a person from getting any injury. How we will do it? It will come. Now if you can avoid the injuries, definitely accidents will go. If you want to avoid the accidents, then you have to avoid unsafe action condition. If you want to do that, you have to avoid the fault of person, because these unsafe actions कौन करता है?
No, mistake.
Mistake.
Anybody does, but mistake.
Now, particularly आपका जो contracting agency है, you are suppose employing people. What is your recruitment policy? Whether there is any policy or you recruitment anybody comes. हैं?
बोलो भाई ये तो
बोलो कॉमन थिंग है.
साइट इंचार्ज है, इंजीनियर्स है. इट्स योर कॉमन पॉइंट.
कैसे करते हैं आप?
हाउ यू रिक्रूट द पीपल?
Suppose आपका हाइट में कुछ काम होगा, you require some welders, some helpers, riggers. So how you engage?
You are getting all through petty contractors.
What is your system बताइए ना?
और through directly how you are
वेल्डिंग
getting?
क्वालिफिकेशंस
हाँ?
करें, वेल्डर के लिए वेल्डिंग क्वालिफिकेशंस करें,
अच्छा, और हेल्पर के लिए
हेल्पर के लिए उसका प्रीवियस फिजिकल फिटनेस
देखते हैं.
Various work. Then we will have a screening system, so screening of workmen.
Training.
Screening system.
Screening. What is your screening system?
We have some data contains that the workmen who will got employed in the fill up site, they fill up the form, letters with experience, the qualification, whatever may be. And after screening by site engineer or site in charge, then he will go through the induction of some safety of hours. Then he will train for 1 hour. Then after we have another training system, science system. In categorized, they have, we have trade wise, welding, grinding, different of training system. Then we get some training. Then after he goes for height test.
ठीक है, very good, very good. Now you told a system that you are having a system of screening on which you appoint the workers. Relying on a particular site engineer, and you don't know what exactly he has asked you and how he has assessed. Suppose you make a documented procedure that suppose he is a fitter or a welder who will work at height. So a questionnaire is to be prepared, and it is a माने बिजनेस और कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग फर्म का एक स्टैंडर्ड हो जाएगा, एंड ही हैज टू आंसर इन दिस एंड दैट इज टू बी केप्ट. सो इसमें पता चलेगा जे वन क्वेश्चन टू द ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल, even with the same question, when the answers are same, when the examiner changes, mark changes. है कि नहीं? Suppose a person has appeared in exam. Now the same question, answer is written. Even if the same person, if 2 people will evaluate the paper, their mark will differ. So to make a standardization, you have to make a system. That suppose a EOT crane operator, what should be his minimum age? What should be his qualification? Can any contracting agency tell me in this forum that to operate one EOT crane, this is our system, that education system will be this, experience will be this much years, and he should be age group of this. Car अच्छी समझे? So now it depends on the wish of your site engineer or site in charge. उनको पसंद हो जाएगा तो ले लेगा, तो इसमें तो नहीं चलेगा. So what is required is, depending on the various nature of risk involved in the work, which are particularly skilled and highly skilled in nature, or maybe even semi-skilled, the contracting agencies are required to document a procedure of recruitment. Very simple. इसमें 3-4 चीज होना चाहिए. नंबर 1, उसका एज कितना होना है, उसका क्वालिफिकेशन क्या होना चाहिए, एक्सपीरियंस कैसा होना चाहिए, एंड व्हाट इज द मोडालिटी ऑफ टेस्टिंग हिज नॉलेज. It is not that Mr. X will evaluate and Y does not know what X actually evaluated. We should have a very transparent system of evaluation which should be uniform to everybody. If 100 people are coming, let X evaluate, let Y evaluate, let Z evaluate, evaluation should be same, because there should be a standardization of questionnaire, so that you can actually understand that yes, we are taking the right people in the right work. Otherwise what we find that 400 ton का मटेरियल रोलिंग टायर माउंटेड क्रेन में एक 20 साल का लड़का लिफ्ट कर रहा है. The operator is only 20 years old. So I don't know who has recruited them, but उनका इतना integrity नहीं होगा. Why I am telling you, we have taken a statistics of the accident figures in the state of Orissa, and we find that people of the age group between 18 to 20 are more susceptible to the accidents. They cause more accidents. It is not that they are not educated, it is because they are not stable in mind. They cannot foresee. Their stability in mind नहीं है. So age increases, your accident rate reduces. So a very basic question goes here is, if you find that the hazard is more in any work, you appoint little older group of people. Am I correct?
Yes.
You have to only differentiate that which work is more hazardous. If the degree of hazard is more in a work, you engage older people. They are very simple, a very thumb rule, it will work. Because our statistics only speaks. We should go by statistics. If you don't have a system like this, so what I appeal to Dostoevsky Saab, they let the contracting firm make a policy of recruitment of their on skill. On skill there is no problem. At least semi-skilled, skilled and highly skilled people. That what exactly they will do. And these things must be very important. Number one is the education, educational qualification. You see the contract level. Who is the contract level? Contract level ki? Who is engaged to a contractor?
Yes.
Now what is their educational level? Your 50% of the contracting contract workers are below matriculate. Am I correct or not? Yes. A person is a non-matriculate. The reason is he read in the school for 1 year and failed in the exam. Am I correct? Yes. Or maybe financial problem, he could not read. This is less, but most of them, they have failed in the exam. 1 साल पढ़ा, फेल हो गया, आप हाफ एन आवर ट्रेनिंग देकर पास कर दिया. Am I correct or not? जिस आदमी ने, the person who failed in the school after reading 1 year was made pass by giving half an hour training.
Induction training.
Induction training. Correct? Only Jora go home.
Yes.
Say loudly yes.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that there will be no accidents? You have never thought of, so a safety officer is more powerful than the academician in the school. The people.
Why? Because he has passed in half an hour.
half an hour में पास करा दिया आपने उनको, हैं? And you never मैंने एक टेस्ट भी नहीं लिया, no exam. What is required is each and every contracting firm has to devise a module. Suppose work at height, the hazards in welding, it should be documented. Let A speaks, B speaks, C speaks. There should be a one course content. CBSE exam ka, there is a course content. It is read all over India. Only teachers will vary, but content same. At least this is read. It is now clear. But now neither you are having content nor you are having teachers also. Same every time. Nobody knows what actually you have given induction to the persons. You have to develop a system right in the field, and a contractor, a safety officer of SR is speaking on welding must be same a safety officer of L&T. That course content must be devised uniformity under the control of the safety department of the parent organization. वो अगर ऐसा नहीं होगा, different things will happen. We want a uniformity, we want a syllabus, we want a documented procedure. If these systems are not there, nothing is going to happen. And you say, yes, induction training given. We never find what is the course content. This is not a training. So, that is the fault of person, and if you can correct the fault of a person, then you can have a social environment which is desirable. That is what domino theory aims. So if you want a social environment, then you have to hit upon the near miss cases. That is the basic. Basic is the near miss cases that will lead to a social environment. And in each and everything, you are sincerely neglecting. Am I correct? Yes. You should boldly say yes. Next. What is a line function? Line function माने क्या कोई परिवेश? What is a line function? How क्या कोई है? What is a line function or responsibility of a line management? What is a line management? पुणे question ना बने. While you want to define what is a line function, you should not utter the word line again. Otherwise, it is not a answer or definition. Am I correct? You see, function is basically in management are of two types. One is a line function, one is a staff function. Staff function means, suppose I am an officer, I have got 2 clerks, 3 peons. So they are my staff. The work done by the team is a staff function. Engineer is not coming. I can manage the work with 2 other engineers. So that is staff function. My work is not going to be hampered, but I may get less work. But no work is not possible. But line function is one by one. Suppose from here it will go to another point, from there it will go to another point. So that is line. Command will pass from one to one. If at any point one is out, your total system is paralyzed. That is called line function. In line function merit is you can get mass production, you can get quick production, but in case there is a failure, then you will have no production. But in case of a staff function, you will have always production, but not highest production, but not no production at all. This is defined. And safety is a line function. Why I want to tell it? Because each one is responsible for safety. If anyone violates the safety rules, then safety will be hampered. That's why it is a line function. Each one is responsible for this. So if anyone doesn't do the work, it will be hampered. And the job of a safety officer is also a line function. Clear? Why? Now many times it is told if particular